You just invited me to a personal dance party.
Yes, I did.
We had a party.
Did you have a champagne?
Yes, you encouraged everyone here to have champagne, so I'm obviously not going to turn it down.
Good.
Because you told me I had to.
Yes, Lauren. Changed your name.
That's fine.
It's
fine, Lauren. We listened to Born This Way. We listened to 5 of the, well, they sounded like the best songs on the album.
You didn't hear nothing yet.
Born This Way was the first sort of thing that launched the album, the single, obviously, the first taste we had. But what is the journey you're going to take us on now?
Well, I always sort of joke that Born This Way is metaphorically, the marijuana to the heroin of the album. So it's sort of the gateway drug. It's beginning sort of like a light buzz that introduces you to the message and the freedom of the album. And I really wanted to open with something that was completely different from any kind of song I've ever done before. And I wanted it to be super, super sugary pop with a delicious message. And it is. But it really is sort of the lead-up single to the center and the core of the album. I live somewhere in between the dark and the light. Reality and fantasy. I think that was very indicative in my first and second album, The Fame Monster, that there was sort of this dark and light side. I still have my hair. I still can't decide if I'm a blonde or a brunette. You know, it's kind of schizophrenic in that way.
Yeah. So what were you going through personally during making of this album that created this concept?
Well, I was traveling across the world. I wrote the bulk of the album in the United States, riding on a tour bus with a lot of whiskey and cigarettes and drugs, and not the hard kind. We just had a really good time, and I just tried to let loose, and I did everything I could to release myself from the chains of the media and of Hollywood and what people expected of me.
Out of all the songs on the album, what are you going to get in trouble for the most, you think?
To be completely honest, the trouble that I got in for Born This Way was completely shocking to me, considering the sort of genuineness of the message and the pure place that it came from. And the rest of the album is infinitely more controversial, so I'm quite certain I'll get in trouble for all of them, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. There's no prejudice, no judgment, but boundless freedom.
I'm just curious because I am a believer in aliens and life on other planets, and I'm just fascinated by it. I just wonder what your take on that whole concept is.
Of course,
do you believe?
Yeah, of course there are. I mean, I think we would be ridiculous as a society to believe that we're the only living things in the universe. The universe is so massive, and that's what really gives me hope and excitement. You know, people say like pollution's destroying the earth, or the environment is decaying, or you know, we're all going to kill each other before the world is over, but it's the idea and the utopia of the hope of the future and reaching outward to find a new way and looking into ourselves to be a more positive race. Of course I believe in those things.
You are changing the world. You've changed the world. You are going to continue to change people and culture and society.
Thanks, Lauren.
You are. And
I don't know.
I'm
just sitting here in my same leather bra.
When you were a young girl, were those the dreams you had? Were those the ideas? Like, could you articulate what that this is what you wanted to be doing?
I wanted to be a star. I wanted to be a good person. I wanted to be a hero for someone the way my mother was a hero for me. But no, you know, I said to Anderson Cooper when I met him, he was like, were you always this way? And I said, well, no, but you weren't always reporting from Iraq, you know, when you came out of the womb. You grow and change and learn and become, you know, birth is not finite, it's infinite. So in the moment that you are conceived and that you come out of the womb, that is not your birth. That's just your first birth. And then you give another birth to yourself and you rebirth throughout your life whenever you choose to. When
the first sort of inkling of the album was coming out, it was announced that you were going to be putting out a new album, and you had claimed that it was going to be the best album of the decade. You know, I just want to set a really positive example for my fans. What am I supposed to shoot for? The album of the week? I want to worship my fans. But when I said that, I said it in a really honest way. I'm always striving to do something really, really great for them. And it was sort of a really passionate and loving moment between us, and they get it.